The U.S. Federal Reserve has a delicate job in front of it, pumping the brakes on the economy in such a masterful way that it achieves what is known as a soft landing. Basically, the central bank is trying to curb demand and bring prices under control without tipping the economy into recession. But cracking down on sky-high inflation is already turning out to be a tough task. The Fed's top policymakers later this week are expected to raise interest rates for the fourth time in 5 months. They have moved more aggressively than expected at the beginning of the year. Fed Chair Jerome Powell has recently suggested that a softish landing for the economy is possible. But history suggests achieving that perfect landing is easier said than done. Like a pilot gently landing an airplane, it takes a deft touch on the throttle to avoid an economic stall. The Fed slows the economy down by raising interest rates, which cuts spending, says Princeton economist Alan Blinder. If you do too much of that, you're going to get a recession. Blinder was vice chairman at the Federal Reserve in the 1990s, when the central bank engineered the perfect soft landing. Between 1994 and early 1995, the Fed raised its benchmark interest rate from 3% to 6%. While economic growth did slow down, GDP never shrank and the job market remained strong, with unemployment actually declining. Oftentimes, however, the landing for the economy is bumpy. We've had 13 or 14 recessions since World War II, and more than 2/3 of those recessions were caused by the Fed raising the interest rate faster than the economy can handle, University of Chicago economist Austan Goolsbee told Weekend. And many forecasters worry that in its effort to control today's high inflation, the Fed could tip the economy into recession. But Blinder is somewhat more optimistic, using history as a guide. Has looked closely at the 11 periods between 1965 and 2020 in which the Fed raised interest rates. While the perfect soft landing happened only once, the economic fallout in 6 of the other cycles was limited, with little or no decline in GDP and only a modest rise in unemployment. The moral of the story to me was, softish landings are not as rare as was thought, Blinder says.